Welcome to Girls Night In Online. Fantastic, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so for those who don't know, my name is Jazz. Just call me Jazz, and I have the pleasure and the honor of moderating tonight's interview and workshop with none other than Angela Merrell. So I really don't want to spend a lot of time on me because we have someone incredibly wonderful. And to say that I love my job would be an understatement because I get to meet extraordinary women like Angela Merrell. So she is a Hollywood A-list stunt woman. And we're going to talk a bit about that, but not only that, she is an accomplished author. She also happens to be a motivational speaker. So we'll get into a lot of those kinds of things tonight with Angela. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Angela. Please introduce yourself.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm so excited for you all to be here. Thank you for wanting to join in and have a little fun and have a Q&A period. I was born in Philadelphia. Yay,
Philly!
Raised in New Jersey, spent the majority of my life in South Jersey, and actually went back to Philadelphia for a few years, went back to New Jersey. I've been jumping back and forth between these two states, then moved to North Jersey so that I could be closer to New York so I could really focus on being in the entertainment business. And then a few years after that, I ended up out here in LA. And here I am 20 years later, still going strong.
Still going strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say going strong would be an understatement because your body of works is just incredible. Now, I know that there is a difference between a stunt woman and a stunt double. So for the sake of before we get deep into our conversation, can you let us know what the difference is?
Well, there's a difference between being a body double and a stunt double. A body double is someone that could do far away shots when the actress is off doing something else where there are no stunts involved. They could also be the shower double, the romantic scene double where the actress is uncomfortable doing those things. The stunt double is the one that does the fighting, the falling, the driving, all the action-oriented things that the director doesn't feel comfortable with the actress doing. Because if the actress or actor should get injured, then there goes production, there goes the movie, then they have to wait, such as Tom Cruise getting hurt on one of his last movies that he did. So that's the difference between the two.
Okay. Now I understand you've done both, is that right?
No, mainly stunts. I've been an actress, I've been a model, I've been a makeup artist, but mainly I've been doing stunts for the past 26 years.
Okay. And your repertoire also includes some, of course, very high profile entertainers such as Beyonce, Rihanna, Vanessa Williams. And I'm not going to ask you what is your favorite, but tell us a little bit about a scene that you had to step into for Beyonce, for example, that really challenged you.
Something that really challenged me with her was the fight from Obsessed. I'm not sure if any of you have seen that movie, but yeah. Beyonce is used to wearing, 5-6 inch heels, and I'm not. And we were doing the fight and I had to wear these shoes that were 5-inch heels. What ended up happening was they ended up making me a pair of wedge heels so that I could move around a little bit quicker, because the fight was, we had a lot of moving pieces, a lot of beats that we had to get, and it was really challenging for me to fight on carpet in these 5-inch heels. And it was a fight that went from the bedroom to the bathroom to the hallway to the wall, down the stairs and up in the attic. It was quite a long fight, and to be fighting in heels that you're not used to wearing, it was really challenging, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun working with her.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about something that started out badly, but it ended up being pretty great for you.
Well, I got a call for an audition to do a bungee jumping job. I am a very positive person, and whenever I get a call for an audition, I always visualize myself getting the job, being in the makeup chair, getting my hair done, going through hair and makeup, doing the job, and then going home. And in doing that, I go to this audition, and I didn't visualize this because I didn't really want to do this job. I didn't visualize any of it. I get there, I ended up booking this job. So now I am actually a little terrified because I knew it was going to be high, such as 110 feet high.
Wow.
So I booked the job. The next day we have a rehearsal. I go to the rehearsal and I'm parking my car. I get out of the car, walk around the corner, and I look up and I see this crane, and my heart started pounding like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my gosh. I'm thinking, maybe we'll start at 40 feet or something like that because I was comfortable falling at 40 feet. No, we started at 110. Put on the vest, got hooked to a wire, got taken up into the crane door opens, the crane operator is talking to me. Okay, what we want you to do is spread your arms out like this and dive and act like you were having fun. Well, that's where the actors came in because I was not having fun at all. So I did prove to myself that I could do it because I jumped 3 times. And on the 4th time, I said, I don't want to do this. I don't feel comfortable. Take me back down, Mr. Crane Operator, please. As he proceeded to talk me into it, I said, I really don't want to do this. Are you sure? It's a Doritos commercial for the Super Bowl. Are you sure? And I said, yeah, I'm sure. I don't want to do this. So I go back down. The advertising agency is there. The director is there. Producers are there. I pulled my boss, who was the stunt coordinator, aside and said, hey, listen, I don't feel comfortable doing this. I will be more than happy to help you find someone. I helped him find someone. And I went home and basically cried because I was really new to LA. And I thought that that's it. This is going to go around really quickly. My career is done here. I'm going to have to go back to the East Coast, which would have been fine. But I came to LA to work, to live my dream. And to go home and have that weighing on my heart was just, it was heavy for a while. And then not too long after that, I got a call for Kill Bill.
Wow.
And gosh, I get goosebumps just talking about that day that I got that phone call, because in that day that I got the call, the day before that, I had hernia surgery. So I had staples in my stomach and I had stitches, and I get this call to say, hey, we want you to come down here and audition for Kill Bill. And I'm like, well, what's Kill Bill? And the coordinator starts telling me about, well, it's Quentin Tarantino movie. It's going to be a girl fight, knockdown, dirty, drag out fight. And we want you to come down and audition. And I'm thinking, okay, I can't do anything right now. I'm going to be out for a while. Okay, well, I'll be there. So I call my karate instructor. We go down the next day. Quentin is sitting on this couch. There's other people, walking around. Some people are auditioning. They're already seeing girls. I got introduced to Quentin and I said, Mr. Tarantino, my name is Angela. This is my martial arts instructor, Marcus Salgado. Sir, do you mind? I just had hernia surgery yesterday. Can I get a week? And I showed him my staples in my stomach. I know it was a bit much, but I wanted this job. So I showed him my stitches and my staples, and he looked at me and looked at my teacher, and he said, you can have a week. Came back the following week. My instructor and I did some hand and foot combination things. I did a little fight with the Beijing fight team, and I had to fall, and having surgery, you're not supposed to be falling, but I did it anyway. And I ended up booking the job. So that was something that was leaning towards going bad, but ended up being like the floodgates for my career. And it was the most amazing job ever to work under Master Wu Ping. I mean, he's like the greatest martial arts choreographer in the world.
Wow, that's an incredible story. But surely you didn't wake up and you say, voila, I'm going to be a stunt woman. So take us to the 7-year-old Angela. And
Oh
not that I want to go over your whole history, but I'm sure there was a lot of training, and that was a moment when you pivoted and you said, I can do that, tell us a little bit about when you realized this is the direction you were going in with your career and what your training has been like. I know you've got a lot of awards and degrees, belts, so I want to know a little bit more about that, and so do our viewers.
Well, I was the tomboy, the girl that wanted to play football with my brother and his friends and get into all of the cars and the skateboards and the motorcycles and things. And my dad actually built us some go-karts, and I was right there with them, getting in and riding down the hill with our neighbors. But I had no idea that I was laying a foundation for this career that I now have. I mean, I grew up watching Bruce Lee movies and imitating him with my brother and some friends. Again, no idea knowing that this was a career until I got older and I decided that I wanted to model. I wanted to become an actress. A friend of mine who was doubling Sinbad on a movie called First Kid knew I wanted to get my SAG card. And he said, hey, well, I could get you on this movie, but you'll have to do a stunt. And I said, well, what's a stunt? And he proceeded to explain to me, well, stunts is, falling down, fighting, driving cars, and doing all these things. And I said, oh, I can do that? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay, I want to do that. So we went to work on First Kid, and my first quote unquote stunt was on an escalator, which was one of my fears as a child. I got my shoelace stuck in the escalator when I was about 10 years old, and they had to turn the escalator off because my shoelace got caught. Fast forward years later, my first stunt, I'm on an escalator with people jumping over to my side. And it was just, how am I going to do this? But I just sucked it up and again, visualized myself doing it. And it ended very well with no injuries. Yeah.
So we hear the term fight like a girl, and in your case, it's a preference. So what was your training like, and what kind of degrees do you have in martial arts?
Well, actually, I don't have any black belts, but I have been training for years. I've trained under a school in Philadelphia, and I've also, again, have my teacher here, Marcus Salgado, who I've trained with for years. And I work out often. I train at driving cars. I have taken scuba diving lessons. I mean, there's a plethora of things that you want to do just so that you have all these things in your stunt bag, because you never know what you're going to be called upon to do. So you kind of want to train broadly. Some people come in with a specific skill, such as motocross or gymnastics. I came in with none of that. I came in with the passion for fighting, and that's where it's taken me. I've done so many fights because that's what I love to do. That's my passion. And it excites me, So that's my background, is fights.
So when we think about the current culture, a bullying culture, when we think about girls feeling uncomfortable in their own skin, going to school, going into the community, what kind of advice would you give, say, a young girl who looks at you and say, wow, I wish I was her. I wish I could even appear to defend myself. What kind of advice would you give our young girls?
Well, as far as bullying is concerned, I would definitely go tell someone. I would try to talk my way out of it. And if you have a friend with you, I would kind of lean on that friend to help and assistance in diffusing the situation. But also, I don't know if I should say this or not, I would want to know that I can protect myself, because some of those things may not work and you may have to end up defending yourself. But for young girls, for young kids, for anybody, it's unfortunate. It always seems as if the person that does the first strike never gets caught. It's always the person that retaliates gets caught. So I go back to try to talk your way out of it, tell someone, walk away, try to diffuse the situation, and hopefully that works. And as far as becoming a stunt person, again, go back to training, martial arts, gymnastics, bicycles, skateboards, surfboarding. I mean, there's so many different skills in this business that there's so many different avenues for you to get in. You just have to work hard at it.
We recognize it as a very male-dominated industry. You hear stuntman, 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 and not much recognition in the business as it relates to stunt women. So talk a little bit about what your experience has been in Hollywood.
Yes, it is a very male-dominated field. And I want to say a lot of the time, you may be that only woman that's working because you're doubling the lead actress, or you're doing maybe nondescript stunts, which is basically you could be the driver behind the drivers that are doing all the speed driving, like in Fast and the Furious. They had lead doubles, and then they had people that were chasing behind them to make it look like there was traffic. So you may be that one girl that gets that nondescript shot in the back. And in doing that, you have to hold your own, with your conversation with them, and listen, and, not try to be one of the boys, but just be yourself. Be yourself and do your job, do it well, because that's what they expect. They expect you to be 150% better than anyone else, because they've allowed you to be that one girl that they hire for the day, for the night. And it is very competitive. It's become a lot more competitive since I've been doing this, but I still enjoy it. I still have so much fun going to work because it's always different.
Beautiful, absolutely. So right about now, what I want to do is I am going to invite our viewers in to ask you a question. And the way we're going to
Okay.
do it is going to be a little different. So if you want to ask Angela a question, it's only fair that she can see you. And
Yes.
so I will ask that you do show yourself on the video screen. I'm going to ask you to wave. I will unmute your screen so that you can ask her a question. I'll actually ask her another question now. And while you prepare yourself, prepare your question for her. Let's be fair. And like I said, if you want to ask a question, just throw your hand up. I will open your screen. And so we can go from there. Right now, Angela, I want to know
Yes.
if you could do anything differently, what would it be right about now as it relates to your career?
What would I do different? I would go into gymnastics, because doing gymnastics, it gives you body awareness. And in doing stunts, you need to have body awareness, whether you're doing a fight, you're doing a high fall off of a building, or you're doing a cartwheel down the street, or you're running in front of a car and you have to look like, you just got hit. So I would do gymnastics hands down for sure, which, as a kid, I did my little cartwheels, my little forward rolls, but I never got into the backflips and all those types of things. So I would definitely say gymnastics.
All right. That's interesting that you opted gymnastics. Another question for you. What was one of your favorite stunts that you performed? And please don't say it was jumping off the building.
I have several. It's always hard to say, well, which was my favorite. I have several. So a couple of them would be the fight from Kill Bill, obviously, doubling Vivica. That was a dream come true. Doubling Beyonce, of course. And then recently, a few years ago, I got to do a high fall out of a building, downtown LA, out of the 33rd floor, backwards. And that was thrilling for me. And I wasn't scared. I almost felt at peace with it, which is, I guess that was how comfortable I was. And yes, I was on a wire, and I had to, the young lady kicked me out of the window, so I went out backwards. And I only went down maybe about 15 feet, but I'm still hanging 33 stories up. And the story was that she gets kicked out, but she grabs the plastic and she pulls herself back up. So I would say those are a few of my favorites.
Okay. We have a, I believe, technique question from Sophie Reed. She wants to know, why do your stunts involve using your feet to stop a bike?
Why do my stunts involve feet to stop a bike?
Yes, I don't know if she means bike or motorcycle bike. Might
Why did your stunts?
motorcycle bike. Apparently,
Okay, I'm sorry. Why did your stunts include using your feet to stop a bike as a kid?
right.
That is my sister.
Oh, oh, we have a ringer.
Yes.
Hi, Crystal. Wanted
Oh
to
my.
surprise you and support you.
That is awesome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, it was either that or fall off, as you know I did often. Oh my gosh.
That's a great question, because I was the foot bike stopper as opposed to using the handbrakes as well.
Well, I did use the handbrakes a few times, which catapulted me over the handlebars. So I think I kind of learned, okay, either I'm going to use my feet and stop, or I grab too much brake and I go over. You know, you got to figure out how much brake to use. And at that young age, coming down a hill, yeah, it's kind of challenging to figure that out at the last second when there's a car fast approaching you.
Wow. Well, you know, like the rest of the world, we're in a global pandemic. How are you working through this?
How am I working through this? I am, working out is my saving grace. I work out 6 days a week. For me, that helps to keep me grounded and keeps me sane, and it keeps me from worrying too much. As far as working, I'm not working right now. Their movie production, TV show production has started up. I actually did get a couple phone calls for some jobs, and I decided, okay, well, now's the time to create another lane in this business. This big monstrosity thing behind me is a voiceover booth. I decided, okay, well, now's the time to start working on voiceovers because I can't go anywhere. I'm not able to go into a studio and work. So how can I create work for myself? Hence the voiceover booth.
Okay. We have another question. I just lost it. Wanting to know, how has AI impacted your career? Artificial intelligence.
Right. Well, years ago, it was getting bigger as far as special effects are concerned. It was really getting big, and there was a large group of us that were starting to really get concerned about productions trying to edge out stunt people and use robots or CGI. But then it kind of made an about face and it went back to using us live stunt people. But now with COVID, I understand that one production is looking into using stunt robots because of COVID. So at this point, I don't really know what's going to happen. As I mentioned, production has started up very slowly, but who knows when it's going to come back full tilt.
Okay. So with that said, do you have a plan B? I know we did talk a little bit about you moving into, or you've moved into the motivational speaking space. So please share with us what that looks like for you.
Well, the motivational speaking is just about helping people, inspiring people to reach their dreams, their goals. I didn't get here just by snapping my fingers. I set goals for myself. And do you want to just show the goal board now?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have the goal board?
I do not. Let me look. Sorry.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I have always been a positive person. I think I was in my late teens and I read Norman Vincent Peale's book. Oh my gosh, I just lost it. The positive, what's it called? I can't think now. Gosh, it's terrible. Norman Vincent Peale, positive thinking or something to that. I can't remember the name of it. I read that book and that kind of did something to me. So as a young girl, I actually had a huge goal board on my wall that my father had put up for me. And I started cutting out pictures of models, Iman, Beverly Johnson, Naomi Campbell, because I wanted to model. So I looked at that board every day and then eventually started modeling. And in doing that, I realized, oh, this is something, this works. And as I got older, I started writing down my goals and then posting them on a board. And I know this works because it has worked for me for the past how many years that it's worked for me. It's just, it helps you to achieve what you want in your life. And you start off with something small that you know you can achieve, and then you build on it as far as where you want to go in your life.
Okay.
Thank you. The power of positive thinking. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Collins and Cherie. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. So let's see if we can get your goal board up. Let's keep talking through it until we can get that up on the screen.
Okay. Sophie did ask a question. Oh, there we go.
go.
Okay.
We'll go to Sophie's question and then we'll go back to the goal board.
Okay, I can't see it now. Okay. What kind of jobs did you have or recommend doing to work around getting more stunt work? And when did you just get into that industry? What kind of jobs did I have? Before I became a stunt person, I was a makeup artist and perfume sprayer in Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Saks, and Lord & Taylor. I was that girl standing in the aisle doing people's makeup and spraying you with perfume. That was my part-time job while I was attempting to get work as a model and as an actress. I would recommend training if you're able while you're doing your job, your 9-to-5 job, so that when you're ready to make the move over to becoming a full-time stunt person, you've already got a suitcase full of skills that you can use for doing stunts. But don't quit your full-time job yet until you've gotten really comfortable with all these things. And you can hustle, meaning you can get out and meet people to become a stunt person while you're still working your regular job. Does that make sense, I hope? Your other question, have you ever had a bad injury? If so, how did it affect your ability to work and how did you overcome it? I did have a bad injury and it took me out for a while, but I was still able to work driving, which was a saving grace for me because in this business, once you're pregnant or once you get hurt, you're always hurt and you're always pregnant, which is crazy. So it kind of helped me to be able to still get out and drive so people could see me. So that's what I was able to do.
Awesome. Can we have the goal board back up, please? There we go.
Yes. Okay. So this is the goal board. And I actually have this, I keep looking at it because it's on my wall. And when I first got this goal board, it did something to me. My best friend created this board. Now I've had poster board, I've had regular cork board, but in having this board and the gold plaque that says my goal board and the making it happen, it did something to me. Like it sunk in, it made it firm in the universe that these are my goals and I can make it happen. And posting the goals on the board, you look at them every day and it subconsciously gets into every fiber of your being, and you, not knowing, actually work at it because you see it and you look at it every day. Some of the things that I've achieved by posting on my goal board would be this house that I live in. I was in the market to buy a new house and I looked around and I found this house and it was already in escrow. And I said, I don't care. I'm going to take a picture of it, post it on my goal board A week later, my realtor got a call from the bank and asked if her client was still interested because it fell out of escrow. And we ended up getting this house. And I don't have it on, but I have always wanted a diamond cross. And one day I was out with my daughter, pushing her in the stroller. And I just happened to look down and I saw this big mound of pennies, but I saw something sparkly, shiny. And I looked down and I brushed off the pennies and it was a silver chain. And then I looked a little further and it was a diamond cross. And I thought, oh my gosh, is this it? Is this how I get it? So I went home, I made up a flyer with my number on it, posted it everywhere in the neighborhood, and no one called. And it was kind of weird how I got it. I didn't expect to get the diamond cross that way, but it happened. I've doubled Beyonce, I've doubled Halle Berry. I have pictures of them on my goal board, and I was on Oprah. I got a call from my first publicist that said, hey, the producers from Oprah are going to call you and they ask you some questions. And I thought he was joking. I said, you're joking. 20 minutes later, my phone rang. Hi, this is Camille from Oprah. And I went, okay, this is not a joke. So she and I talked and she said, we're interviewing people around the world. We'll get back to you. So what did I do? I got a picture of Oprah, posted it on my goal board and wrote, I will be on this show. A couple of days later, I got confirmed to be on the show. So in posting all of my goals on this board, some of us like to call it the magic board, it has helped me get to where I am. The cards mean different things. The different colors mean different things. The purple, I won't read all of them, but the purple one is most powerful in attracting wealth, fortune, and knowledge. So on the back, it tells you what they mean. And then on the front, say you want to make, I'll just say $1,000. You would put the $1,000 and then put the date there. And then you would focus on it and you would make these steps. How am I going to make this $1,000? What do I need to do? Do I need to save more? Do I need to stop going to Starbucks? Do I need to possibly get another part-time job or something? The goal board is a it's a visual thing for you to look at every day to help you create the steps to get to where you want to be.
Wow, very impactful. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That's awesome. Angela has got a little surprise for at least 5 of you that logged in first.
What?
Today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Angela is an author, and so the first 2 to log on, not register, but to log on to her workshop today, you're going to get a free copy of her book. And we've got the image up of the book. It says Stunt, How to Handbook. That's by Angela. So she's going to have your email address. And those 2 individuals are GC and Monica Murray.
Yay.
Yes, fantastic.
Where are they?
Where are you? Where is GC? If GC is not on, I think we have Bonifa Anning, Anning. We're going to have your email address. We'll reach out to you to get the mailing address where she could send an autographed copy of her book to you. Fair enough? But we also have another little surprise for 3 additional individuals that logged on. You're going to get her t-shirt. So Latoya Garrison, you're one of the lucky winners. Cherie White, you're a lucky winner. And Lisa Smith Struther, where are you, Lisa?
Yay.
Yes. You're a lucky winner as well. So you guys, give a super wave, shout out. You have something you want to say to Angela?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Oh, you're
Thank
so
you,
welcome.
thank you.
Thank you for being here. Where are you? I don't see you.
I'm not on video. I just got off
Oh.
mail, so.
Okay, I see you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Cherie
This
White.
is Cherie. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I'm very
Thank
much
you.
enjoying this.
Yeah, very much.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Again,
There.
I want to invite you guys to wrap up with any questions you may have that I did not explore with Angela at this time. But first, I'm going to have Angela to share just some of the information with you that she didn't get a chance to touch on while you give some thought to that. And then following that, we're going to do a wind down. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Angela.
Okay, I see a question or a statement from Donna. Her
Okay.
11-year-old's been acting since 5. He's taken him far. So, how would I inquire about an agent to represent her? Well, first, where are you? In your local city, you can go on Facebook or Google agents in your area. You are in Atlanta. Oh, that's perfect. There's a lot of agents and managers in Atlanta. I mean, I would Google word of mouth, also ask around, ask friends, neighbors, if they know of a good agent or manager. And she's been in small movies, commercials, and theater. By the way, you have a little fan. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you. Oh, yes, there are. There are stunt children that double as well. Mostly we use adults that are, 4 feet and 5 feet. It just depends on how old or how young the child is. But there are a few stunt kids, and of course their parents are stunt people, so they're able to get them some work. And stunt doubles as well for small scenes that are not dangerous. Yeah, there is. I mean, you see kids, Henry Danger, I don't know if she knows that show, but they have kids that are doubles that fall down, and when they fall down, they usually have them fall onto a mat so that they don't get hurt. And also, do you give advice and guidance for a fee regarding the industry? Thank you so much. You could just send me an email and we can talk. How about we do that? I have some friends in Atlanta that maybe they could refer us to an agent or manager for you. How's that sound, Donna? Okay, you're so welcome.
Fantastic. Do we have another question? Because I have a little treat for you for anyone that's on this workshop tonight. If you don't know how incredible Angela Merrell is, we've got a little clip that we're going to share with you. And she doesn't know about this clip.
Gosh.
She doesn't know about this clip. But you have to see how extraordinary Angela is in front of the camera. And we love this.
Come here. I'm gonna wipe the floor with your skinny ass. Come here. He's not a human being. You guys.
Wow.
Thank
Incredible.
you. Thank
Incredible.
you.
So right now, everybody's terrified. I know I am. What's a sweet lady like you doing that for? You have been,
Enjoying my life.
you have been absolutely incredible. And intentionally, I wanted our viewers to see that at the very end. So, because I knew that I wanted them to really see the essence of who you are as a person before they saw you really in action.
Okay.
So who is out there that's interested in moving into this space, a stunt man, stunt woman, girl, do it as well. You definitely have a role model to look up to. And obviously she's done some incredible work. We've got additional information on the Girls Night In online website. But right now I'm going to turn it over to Shelly Fisher, founder of Girls Night In Online, and she's going to give you some final words. Thank you for joining us, everyone.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. And Angela, wow, as I said to you before we went on tonight, as a mother, you would give me a heart attack. That's all I can say. Watching that clip gave me a double heart attack. But we so appreciate your time, your talent, and everything, and your inspiration tonight. And Jazz, as always, thank you so much for being our moderator this evening. So for everybody here at Girls Night In Online, we want to thank you all for coming. And if you would like to unmute yourself and say thank you and good night to the ladies, now's your time. You're welcome to do that. And we hope to see you all again. And Angela, we certainly hope to see you again. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.